Hey everybody, Jay Barino here, welcome back. It's Metroid Zero Mission. We're going to be finishing this playthrough today. We're deep in Norfair because there are a few items outside of Chodozia that we still have to collect. But these ones down here in particular, we needed our latest acquired items to get, specifically the gravity suit. And since we're down here, we can reveal this small, tiny part of the map, this hallway that we didn't explore earlier. Just for my own strange compulsion, I suppose. So we'll drop through the fake lava, but then we gotta drop through the real lava. And this is why you need the gravity suit. Not just for the damage negation, but to be able to make these jumps. There we go. We did that just fast enough that we're able to not have to go up and through there again. And then there's some missile blocks in here. We have to do little baby jumps in order to hit them. Kind of annoying, but we got them pretty quick. And since this reward is a power bomb tank, that's why it's pretty clear the indication is I don't think there's any way to get any of these things without the gravity suit. Okay, we're done in Norfair. La-di-da. So now we have to go back up and out. But there's a handy little shortcut here through this missile block, which is very easy to miss. But now that we have power bombs, we can break this part of the floor, which connects us back to Kraid's lair. And there's a few of these wacky little shortcuts. I'm not going to be using any more because I don't have to. But they do exist, so there's going to be some hidden green map squares that I will not reveal because I didn't need to go that way. But this is going to lead us back towards a missile expansion. It's the final pickup in Kraid's lair for this route. Now, I think you can get this as early as you get the Varia suit, because this is acid down at the bottom. But it's easiest with the gravity suit. Actually, no, you do need the gravity suit, I realize, because you need to be able to speed boost down here. Okay, speed boost along the ground with the morph ball. Store it. And then speed boost straight up and out. That was clean. You'll love to see it. And now we can get the heck out of here. And the other reason I like this routing is we can go from Norfair to get that last item that requires the gravity suit, to Kraid to get the item that requires the gravity suit. And now that we're back in Brinstar, we're in the far left area of Brinstar, which is where we want to be. Because we want to head back to the very beginning of the game. This was the first room. Because if you power bomb this, it opens up a launcher to send us back up to Criteria, because there's no elevator proper. So this is the shaft that we came down at the very beginning, when the text was on the screen, and you could hear Samus's footsteps and such. She was jumping down that little hole. We actually want to go left. This is the way we took to escape Torian. We can actually go back to ruined Torian. There's 2 upgrades to get down here. This is entirely optional. But it's cool because this is what you go through at the beginning of Super Metroid. I'm going to power bomb here just to check where the actual block is. It's a super missile block. We get our power bomb tank. Now, the last upgrade to get down here, it's the last missile upgrade, and I think some folks think it's harder to get than it actually is. I mean, I say that, it might take me a few tries, but it is... it can be tricky, but some folks might think you have to Shine Spark to get it, but you don't have to Shine Spark. You can actually space jump while boosting. There we go, we got it first try. And there's the last missile tank. If you try and Shine Spark that, it's very particular. So I would recommend just boost. And let's see if we can consistently space jump up and out of here. Okay, now we're done fully with Torian as well. Also, I made sure to fill in the map in Mother Brain's ruined room. At the end of all this, our map is going to be pretty much 100% complete, short of those shortcuts that I never used. That would be, you know, green hidden. And then there's going to be 1 or 2 tiles in the Kraid and the Ridley boss fight rooms because I didn't have space jump when I fought them the first time. This is the room our ship was in. Let's just go ahead and jump up to the very top because you know you boys got to fill it in. You don't have to do this, obviously. It's just something I do. Go. And now we want to get back to Chodozia, where there are 2 remaining upgrades to get. And then we're done. We got all of our missiles and super missiles. You can't tell right now. The grand total's 250 missiles, 30 super missiles, and 18 power bombs. The power bomb is kind of annoying. I wish it went to 20, but each item is 1%, and that's the way it's got to be, so... Let's go ahead and fill in this room next. Crateria itself is actually quite a small zone. It's basically just 3 really big rooms, and most of the tiles you wouldn't even go to at all. Okay, and then back through this door. Now this is going to dump us out in the ruins part of Chodozia, which is what we want. It'll be less backtracking that way. Power bomb tank. And this is not a dead end. If you used a power bomb, you'd see there was a missile block there, so we can fall out right here in Chodozia. And the last power bomb that we're getting in Chodozia is quite annoying, unfortunately. It's just in a really out of the way spot. It's a bummer. So we got a ways back to go. I am bombing the floor just to be able to kill that guy down there so that this gate opens. Okay. iBot, you're killing me. And then we can power bomb through these blocks, or most of them at least. And there are some shortcuts, like we could screw attack through the floor there. But otherwise, we're just taking the long way. So the reason that this is so out of the way is, you remember we had to sneak through this whole area to get our suit. Then we had to go all the way back to get the power bombs. And now we're going all the way back again to get a power bomb expansion. It's very silly. I think it's probably the worst placed upgrade in the game. And there just aren't enough handy shortcuts that you can open. I think that would make up for it, like if there was like a handy power bomb shortcut, and there might be, and I just don't know about it. But I looked and I did not find one, but if there was just a handy power bomb shortcut that you could use to open it up a little bit faster, but instead, no, you gotta go around the whole place. Okay, power bomb there, go up a little bit. And then power bomb here. And this is the room we actually want to be in. So rather than making there be power bomb shortcuts, they made required power bomb blocks. Anyway, it's really out of the way. Now, in theory, the fastest thing I could do is go back exactly the way I came, but instead I'm going to go left just a little bit and make a bit of a circle. Just so I can fill in the whole Chodozia map. You know we're getting towards the end of the game when I'm over here being like, oh, it's the map, we gotta fill in all the map squares. Who can say no? Okay. Power bomb that. Wouldn't it be funny if we were out of power bombs there? That would have been a shame. You know what? I will hit this just to fill up all of our energy and our power bombs. Not that we really need any more, but we are at 100% -1. There's a single energy tank still to get. So you recall, this is where we started right after we got our suit back. all the way to the bottom. And we're going to make the same track that we did after we got our suit. The only difference is there's the very slight open to shortcuts based on the power bombs that we have already opened, but otherwise there's not really a great way to make this go any faster, unfortunately. And all that for one upgrade. They really want you to work for your 100%, I guess. Can't blame them. But at least we can sort of speed through it since we know where we're going. You're not invulnerable when you're screw attacking, if that's not obvious. You can still get hit by projectiles. I guess there's some map up here that we can reveal. It doesn't actually lead anywhere. And then we can't shine spark up this room, unfortunately, because we broke the glass tube. So there's not enough space for us to build up our speed boost, as far as I know. But we want to get back to, like, the command center part of the ship. So whatever the fastest way to do that is, and I think I know what it is. There's just such a plethora of different ways you can take to get through the mothership, you know? Guy sniped me right in midair. Okay, we'll use the save station in that command room so we don't have to stop along the way. In terms of time, we should be well before that 2-hour mark, I'm pretty sure. Even though I'm sort of flubbing some of this final platforming up just the slightest bit. So these are the doors that we opened after we got power bombs. I'm not sure if that was faster than just bombing 3 in a row or what, but whatever. Sometimes the power grip actually, it's because it interrupts your screw attack. It does not help. But if it's not clear at this point, I'm just going. We did open up a tiny, tiny shortcut here with power bombs. And we're back exactly where we need to be. So let's hit this save station. Make sure you kill these guys that are chasing you, else the save station will be locked. So we're going to get our final energy tank to get us to 100%, and then we have to fight the boss, who is surprisingly not easy. He's not super hard, but he does a lot of damage. Basically, if you're not ready for it, you absolutely could get roasted. I had to fill in my map tile there. Power bomb here. Okay, now this room is a combination of 2 tricks. One is using speed booster, and then one is shine sparking on top of the speed booster. So we have to jump to break blocks. Okay, we got it. So now that that's open, don't leave the room because it'll reset those blocks. You want to charge up your shine spark. Jump down. It's not low enough? Oh, it is low enough. Okay. You have to fall off the ledge. If you go straight from the ledge, you'll bump one of the alarm things. And then that gate closes and stops you from picking it up. Okay, so we now officially have 100%. Let's go fight the boss. And actually, before we go in there, we can look at our nice, mostly complete map. Those 2 gray areas are just the places we haven't been yet. Chodosia is all filled in. Crateria is all filled in. Brinstar, again, the only places that wouldn't be filled in are if there were shortcuts between zones that I didn't bother having to use. Kraid, there's one spot in Kraid's actual boss room that I just was unable to get. I wasn't going to go all the way down there just for that. Norfair's done. Ridley's done. Same thing with his boss room. Torian's done. We filled in those last spots in Mother Brain's room. And here we go. Let's see if we can make this happen. Equip super missiles. Hit the map. And it's Mecha Ridley. So it's really just make sure you avoid his arm, and then shoot his chest with super missiles. So you typically can only get 1 or 2 hits in every time he does that, so I'm just going to take one, and you don't want to get hit by the arm. That does like 2 E-tanks worth of damage. It's a lot. I don't know if it's 2, but again, you typically can only get 1 super missile in, and if you run out of super missiles, you're probably better off trying to use charge shots, but it is very hard to time. That was worth it. That was worth getting hit with missiles to get the 1 hit. I hate the little baby jumps you have to do. It's really frustrating. Again, worth the hit. Worth the missile hit. The main thing you don't want to get hit with is the arm swipe. Oh, he's turning red, though. Maybe 1 or 2 more? There we go. We got him. Handy. Shocking. Self-destruct mechanism activated. Evacuate immediately. We have 2 escape sections in this game at the end. So now we just gotta leave. Pretty typical stuff. Sometimes the gates are closed now instead. But there's only one way to go. All the other doors will be locked. And our goal is to just escape through where the where that ship tube is. It was closed by a barrier, but now that we've killed Mecha Ridley, it will be open. So we'll steal a space pirate ship and leave. I should have taken the shortcut that I opened with power bombs. The timer is way longer than we could possibly need. I'm very certain about that. All right, this guy, you get out of my tunnel, dude. All right, we're just about there. I think there is a way you could shine spark through this room, but I haven't figured out where the place to sprint to get your shine spark going even is. But that might be a nice little tasty thing to put at the end of this this series, but unfortunately I never followed through. This room's just like a maze of floors. There it is. We do have a couple gray space pirates to kill, but we have more than enough health, so I'm just going to spam my shoot button. And there it is. The last guy. Heck yeah. Okay, so we'll watch the credits. Just because it's the right thing to do, and also I can't skip them if I want to see my end screen with my time in my item collection. I am 100% sure I got 100%, because again, it's 250 missiles, 30 supers, and 18 power bombs, plus the 12 energy tanks. I think this playthrough went pretty well. A lot of the recording comes down to just nailing a lot of those Shine Spark tricks. The only one that took me multiple attempts was that one where you had to jump through all of the speed blocks in Ridley's hideout. That one was a little painful, but I had gotten the two before it pretty seamlessly, so I figured rather than just like redoing that whole section, I'd much rather we'll keep that in. But everything else went okay. I'm not very good at the Mother Brain or the Mecha Ridley fights. Something about being able to like fire off missiles fast enough when doing those little baby jumps, I struggle with. It's kind of the same with Kraid, but there's some safe spots that you can stand for Kraid that make him not so bad. I really enjoy this game. I think this is one of my favorite games from the early 2000s, alongside Metroid Prime and Fusion. Those were all bangers for me. I loved all of those. Was not a fan of Other M. I didn't really like the control scheme with how it flipped from the 2D to the first person to use the missiles. It was clever, but I wasn't a huge fan anytime you played with the Wiimote horizontally. Narratively, in terms of Metroid, I don't really care. I think they did Samus a little dirty, but apparently that's how she is in the manga, so I don't know. Anyway, leave your comments about Metroid Other M, I guess, but I'm never going to be having that on this channel, I suspect. Anywho, I still think this is possibly one of the most successful reimaginings/remakes ever. Because Metroid, the original, is such an iconic game, and this truly modernized it and makes it still very, very accessible and playable today. And there's little baby Samus with her Chozo parents or whatever. Alright, let's see it. Depending on your item completion and your time, you get a different slide here at the end. So we get Samus in shorts here in a bar, I guess. And that's because we played on normal, 100% completion under 2 hours. If you play on hard and, same thing, there's also a low percentage completion to do it quickly and do it under 15%. You can collect all these different things. There were multiple times through this playthrough I would have died outright had I been playing on hard, because it essentially halves all your resources. Anywho, that's that. This save file isn't very satisfying because this is the final save when we started this video, but we got the little Samus symbol up there, so we're all good. We're all good. That's going to do it for this series. Not sure if we'll be returning to anything Metroid-related. If this series interested you in the sense that you really liked how I had a clean run-through, we got everything, and it's, the whole fun of the game the first time you play it is you explore different pathways, you find where the dead ends are, and then you can come back and resolve them later. For this type of playthrough, I approach it, I already know where all the dead ends are, I already know where all the items are, and it's really just finding the most optimal route to take through the game where you ignore paths that you shouldn't even be bothering with until later when you know that you can already have them pre-resolved. If that interested you, I'd highly recommend my StarCraft 2 campaign collection playthrough, and I'd highly recommend my Metroid Prime trilogy playthrough, which was really cool. I played it through a Dolphin emulator, and I got some HD texture packs for it. It looks beautiful. There was some stuttering, but overall, I think that playthrough turned out really, really well, and I had a lot of fun with it. I hope you enjoyed this one. Maybe we'll do Fusion at some point in the future. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure where we're going to be going with Metroid, but I do enjoy it. It's a fun off-day game for me to play. Alright, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.